Hey everyone, and welcome back to our 101 How to Cope Without Therapy. In this video, you're not going to be, this one is going to be a doozy. This is me putting across to you what it means to come to terms with my own beliefs and if you like, my cardinal points. Um, Something happened yesterday. Um, it was quite a intense debate between me and someone I hold very dear, and it got me so hyper, and it got me a headache to mind you. I could hardly sleep, and then this morning I went through the same thing all over again, and it just dawned on me. And um, not only that I was wrong, mind you, I did admit that I was wrong. I apologize, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much of it actually got through, but let me tell you. Okay, so here's what happened. It's quite a challenge, actually. You have to understand, if you would have watched any of my other videos, um, I'm quite a driven person, quite straightforward. I just um, deliver my view on things, and um, I guess I just assume that whatever makes sense to me in my mind makes sense to or becomes quite rational to other people. And most of the times I'm quite used to be taken on or have debates about it's kind of hard, and you probably can relate to this. It's really hard to have not an argument, but trying to convince someone you care very much that maybe they're on the wrong path, and that takes emotionally quite a lot out of probably the both of you. But here's what happened. So he's someone that I care about a lot, and he's got me worried, and lately he just spends hours and hours and days on his hobby. Well, we agreed to call it his hobby, but it's just something he's completely drawn into. It's all about making videos and social media presence, and I even made the mistake of labeling it all nonsensical, and we actually had a debate on no, calling it nonsensical, it's hurtful to him, although he does agree that it's all pointless. So there's that. And the way he explained it to me is that it's actually it just draws him in. It's quite compelling, to the point where he denies himself, or he delays caring, like basic caring, like food, sleep, um, constantly tired, and well, to use a good word, he's basically hooked. He's just hooked on this thing, and he calls it art. Mind you, abstract art. We agreed on that as well. The point is, it just gets the better of him. It just leaves anything else outside in his life, his daughter, anything in the real world, it's pushed aside towards this thing, this hooked, compelling attraction he's got to spend his time doing the videos. And the the important things to say here is that he has me worried, and because I have this stupid urge of fixing it, I just get probably drawn onto fixing it for him. um, I don't know how, but that's what I'm trying to get to. Um, it's coming to terms with me and how I am. This is what this video is about, and my own beliefs. So I'm the kind of person that solves problems, troubleshoots. Nothing is too hard, and this one was, and this one was, and for for the first time in a long time, I was so wrong. And I don't know where these beliefs of mine come from. I just do things. And anyway, so we had a long back and forth that ended up with basically me realizing that he is right, and he is right. He is well within his right to say that nothing and nobody can force him to do anything. And the funny, well, not the funny haha, but the irony of it is that I agree with him, and I'm the first one to put my hand up and just say yes. No one should force anyone to do anything. And here I was the Wicked Witch of West, and asking him to for something, asking him to basically stop and change. I was asking the impossible, really, at this point. And as much as I cared, truth is, I have no right to ask anything of anyone. No one does. No one does. And I apologized, and I cried, and I still have the headache, and I can almost see the spiral. I can almost see him with no job, no money for rent, not making time for anything else, not seeing Munchkin, not in touch with anything real, and this annoying impending world that kind of hits us every morning. Mind you, it's not a bad world, the one that he's in, where the bills are just papers, the rent can be sorted. Anyway, my point is that I was wrong and he was right, and here's the kicker. He said this to me once, and I just now understand it. He said this to me, and he said, think of it this way: would anyone tell an artist to get a job? Think of a famous person. Would anyone tell them to get a job? No. And even the artists that are not famous, they still believe in their art, in their creativity, and I have no right to ask that. So more to the point, here's something that you should think about, because I did tell you this whole thing, like if the roles would be reversed, right? If say, for example, I were the man, and I'm the one with the job, with the income, with the money, and providing, in a sense, not providing because I'm not doing that for him, but I've got ticking all of this lovely box in the real world. And if the roles would be reversed and I would be him, and she, my partner, would just enjoy her creativity, and he'd be me, and I'd be painting in the shed or in my studio, and I can accept that version of events. And this is what just made me almost smack my own back of the head, as in, why do I, how can I be okay with the reverse roles but make such a big deal because he loves his art, because he's creative, because he lives and breathes his quirkiness, his uniqueness. He's the same person. He hasn't changed. And if the roles would have been reversed, my mind, my twisted mindset would have been okay with it. It's okay for he to be the one earning and getting the money, and it's okay for she to be creative. And I don't understand where this kind of conditioning comes from. And the more I thought about it, it was not him that gave me the headache. It was all me. It was all me and my dissonance, my wrapping my mind around the perception of it. And you know what's the sad thing? The sad thing is that this is how a disconnect happens in a relationship. We have this impression that we lose touch, but it is only in my, it's just a fabrication of my mind. Because you know what? Because of what? Because of some twisted belief. He didn't change from the other day. He's the same sweet, caring, adorable person. It turns out that I'm wrong to ask him to fit into my mindset. And next time, I guess when I see him face to face, I just have to say that I was wrong. Again, that I hope I can stop being so hung up in my ideology and conditioned ideas and this stupid righteousness that sometimes just comes over me. I should just embrace the time we have and the time we share, and just enjoy the beauty that both of us are when we're together. So you see, I was annoyed that he was not seeing or following my own mind script. And I believed in my own cardinal fucked up points, to the point where I muted his. I just muted his, which is wrong. So I guess I don't know what you'll do with this, but I hope you can relate. And I guess the biggest lesson is not just to figure out that I was wrong. Think of it this way: if you arrive to that point where you think you're doing it in the name of caring, or looking after someone, but if you arrive to that point where you ask anyone for doing something they should, they must, that they have to, stop, because you're wrong. Because they don't have to. Because the more you think about this, trust me, the more you'll see it. It is you. It is you and your mindset that can't crop into what's going on around you. So you need to stop and learn how to be open, I guess. Maybe show yourself how to be kind. Kindness works. I'm Gabriela, and thank you for your time, and I hope to talk to you soon. Let me know what you think.